Hello everyone, welcome to Cornflower Crafts. We're back up in the craft room. I was working on this tag for a friend of mine, crafty friend of mine here on YouTube, for a rack, and I thought, instead of me just keep going on and on, maybe we can do some of this together. I will upload this after she's received it, because if she sees this portrait, I think she's going to suspect it's for her. I want this one to be a complete surprise. I ended up my last rack being a surprise, but this one is going to someone who loves this gnome in particular. So, just to let you know, real, remember I don't do anything real quick. As quick as I can. This is a charm that I did the black gesso on two tiny little brads, and I have placed it on here with, since it's heavy, with the 3D matte gel. And this is great for if you want something to stay. I mean, there are other people who use other adhesives, but that's what makes me feel comfortable, and it doesn't dry right away, so you have a chance to mess with it a little bit. With the black gesso, I've also painted the doily piece here and a doily piece here. This is chipboard that I've cut and did the pure black gesso with, because I wanted it to stand out against the background, which, as you see, I did watered down some acrylic paints, put them on there, sprayed them down, and then let them drip down. This is going to someone who not only likes gnomes and fairies and mystical, wonderful, darling, what do you want to say? Garden and forest darlings, let's put it that way. But she also likes Halloween, and she loves the color purple. So I thought I'm going to put a lot of that in there. Now, when it came to my leaves, I was putting this down. We did this, if you saw my last craft with me, we did this together, and I painted this in I left it first in black gesso, then in a dark purple, then in a lighter purple, and then with this metallic amethyst color of paint. And then these guys, I tried doing that with that one and that one, but I didn't like the way that it was coming out. So what I did was just paint them solid shades of purple, and then take my old silver metallic wax, put it on my pinky, and just went over the highlight. And I thought it was fascinating. This one's done with a brush, this one's done with my finger, a brush and paint, my finger and wax, and the effect is so similar. I was like, well, that's cool. So I was working on the leaves, and to have them just green was not, I don't know, I didn't think it was looking great. So I got out my Distress Oxide and Wilted Violet, and I did a practice one. Where did I put that? I put it somewhere. Did a practice one to make sure I would like it. Do y'all ever do that? I mean, you're like, do I like this? And just doing the edge. This dye for the leaves, I would love to tell you what it is, but I don't remember where I got it. So it was one of those ones I knew I was going to use all the time, so I took it out of its packaging. I apologize, I can't tell you, but it is a nice one, and I use it all the time because it comes with several. Let me show it. Well, I don't have a full one. I keep cutting them off. But like I said, with larger ones and smaller ones, and yeah, it's a nice dye. Let's see. What else? Do I want this on anything else? I don't think so at the moment. This is up on chipboard that I've used from packaging, just cutting it, you know, and sometimes cutting it a little nicer. And for this, because sometimes if you look at it sideways, depending on how she's going to display it, if you look at it sideways, it, you know, you can see sometimes underneath it, because I've got them up on 2 pieces of chipboard. So I went ahead with my black gesso and painted around and everything so that it wouldn't be noticeable. That's up on chipboard. The large rose is as well. I'm debating with these guys. I don't think they're gonna be. I kind of like them better down like so. No. I also got out this silver metallic thread, and I'm not sure if I'm going to put it on there or not. I also got out some purple embroidery floss and some turquoise embroidery floss, and I didn't like it. I won't waste it. I'll put it on something else, but I'm like, nah, I don't like it. Okay, I think we're done on those, guys. Boy, I kind of went a little bit overboard on that one, didn't I? Too much of a good thing? Let's see. Oh, as far as my cheesecloth, this was white. And then I got a hold of my metallic paint again. Mixed it with quite a bit of water. And just put this in it and kept, you know, scrunching it around till it got on all of it, and then squeezed all the excess off, and that's what we got, which is here and up here. So we've got metal, chipboard, these are like little plastic pearls, paper, doilies, cheesecloth, clay, just a whole bunch of stuff on there. Okay, I'm going to put this here for now. I don't have any jewelry on because I didn't even think about it, y'all. My nails have been so messed up with the gesso and everything that I'm like, we'll get around to it. Let's see. What else do I need? There's also going to be a little butterfly here. I had one in clay, but it was so delicate that one of the wings, I can show you, one of the wings, look. And yes, I can mend it, but I don't know if I want it here now to be that frail, you know. I would much rather have it where this wing that's broken, even when I fix, can be, you know, secure. So I'm going to have to, maybe even a paper butterfly there. So I've got the doily pieces and the chipboard pieces down with the 3D matte gel. The clay piece here, the clay, these roses and the large rose are Prima mold and in paper clay, and so are these two leaves, which I first did it with black gesso and then just went over them, believe it or not, with turquoise paint, dry, you know, with a dry brush. So let's see what is next. Maybe these two guys, maybe. Let's do these two next. And yes, it always seems like I bring you all on board at the end of a project, but the reason being, it takes me forever and a day. See, the 3D matte gel is really thick, thick, but I like it. And I had to designate this brush by putting this fabric washi around it to let me know that's for glue. How are you all doing today? I hope wonderful. See, now these might get moved. They might get moved because I have these guys to go here. Ooh, that's not even showing up very well, is it? I know a lot of people in mixed media do one thing after another where you really don't get to see things are built up so much, but I love the texture paste and everything that I want it seen. I'm one of those who's like, ooh, we need to see it. You know? Let me see if I can do like so. That's still showing. Not too well, but at least it's still showing. And will this be showing? Yeah. So we have to tuck that back there a ways. Okay. It is super hot up here. I hope the fan isn't too loud. But I have to have a fan on it. And I can't have a fan near my face because I have issues with my eyes, so I have to have it on the floor. So maybe it's not too loud. This needs to go, but since I'm working with the 3D gel, like I said, it doesn't dry right away, so you can sneak some things under it, you know, if need be. I took the, excuse me, I took the little jimmies out of the center of these because I thought the pearls looked awfully pretty with this sole. But let me see something. And then I took 2 of these. Y'all remember these cute little daisies? They look like daisies, or at least mums, that came out a few years back with the Paper Studio. Well, I put one on top of the other to give it a little more dimension, and then that's what's going to go there. So this is going to have to go in quite a ways. Okay, but I don't think I'm going to do it yet. I'm going to take the stem off somewhat, but I don't think I'm going to do it yet until I want, because I want it exactly where I want it, just if that makes any sense. Okay. Do y'all ever do that? They're already kind of scrunched up anyway. These are Paper Studio as well. When you get your paper wet, you kind of smush it up. Once it's dry, you can smush them around too. And if I get too much on it, if I kind of go, you can get here and take care of that. Take the excess off. Now, where's that little baby? Maybe this should go over a little bit, I think. See, and you can do that. Oh, I like it like that. Okay, so that's going to go almost to the end. Okay. Alrighty. As you see, my brush has gotten pretty stiff because of this heat, you know. It's drying quicker than normal. We've got a baby wipe over here as well, just in case. And we can put this maybe right at the tip of that. Let's give it a little dimension here. It went flat on me all of a sudden. Okay. And we want that there. Okay. That's a tight squeeze. That's a tighter squeeze than I intended. But we can do it. We can do it. I want this higher here. And like so. Okay. I like that better. Alrighty. Happier with that, because I was like, what is happening here? The dimension makes it fun, doesn't it? Let me see something. Okay. Let me see how we're looking here. Okay. And we're going to go right up against this leaf. But before I do that, I need to see, look at that tiny little clay one, y'all. Remember I used these on my cookies and stuff? My fake cookies. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay. And I'll be able to scoop that under there. I'll have time. Let's see if I can make this a little more pliable. Okay. I don't know if you can hear Handsome. I closed the door, but he's on the phone at work. He's working from home today. I don't think we needed to hear his work conversation, nor our crafting conversation. Move this one up like so. Okay, happy with that. As you see with the clay ones, they started out green because I went ahead and, like a mint green, I went ahead and dyed the clay, and Then I was like, no, wrong color. So I did, boy, that's a little. So I did, turquoise, this one. And then over top of it, I put in the patina green wax. So that's what I came up with. Oh, you guys, I was gonna put my metallic thread there. Oops. Uh-oh. Under here. Oh well. Oops. These things happen. Those things happen. I want that there. And then I want, so I want that here. Like so. That's an odd shape to that rose, isn't it? Now I want this metallic thread to pick up this. And if you see, when I did this in black gesso and then rubbed it with, which wax was that? This one. The turquoise satin. I rubbed off some of it entirely, and you get to see the silver behind it, and I was like, good. That was gifted to me by Mona Lisa, the Misfit Florida crafter, years ago. Ba-dum-bum-bum, y'all. I wonder if I can sneak some in here and here. We'll do that after we finish this. At least see, you know. We might not like it. We might say, ew, not pretty. I'd love to tell you that I was like those other mixed media crafters and just, you know, just grab this and they're just flying. I mean flying. No, I've been on this for some time. Well, I'm also, you know, cleaning house and making lunch, and this handsome doesn't work from home all the time, but a lot. And so I'm also doing that. Okay. Then this is going to go right on this. Okay. So, you know, and then I have my dates in the evening with a handsome man. Sometimes I think that's why we've lasted so long. You know, we still do dates. Not just, you know, once a week, but we used to do that actually. And if we didn't go out, we still got dressed up. I said long dresses, not gowns, but long dresses at home. And he'd come home from work and bring something with him so I wouldn't have to cook. What do y'all think so far? That doesn't belong there. That happens with all these little fabric goodies. I had put so much on him. He's still not 100% dry. But do you see what I'm saying? If you look sideways, you just see the black. So that's what we've got so far. And let's do this before we go, just to see if we like it. Oh, mercy, let me see the time. Ew! Ew. Oh. Maybe like this. Maybe even smaller. But if I could somehow get it together and tuck it. I don't know. Maybe even smaller yet. Maybe even around one finger, maybe? Oh my. And maybe not so many. You know, this is 5 times, so let's see. What? Well, that really didn't work. Or maybe we'll do like this. And like this. And like this. And like this. Let's crunch it up. Maybe one more. Here. Well, we'd have to work on it, guys. I might do it, but we've gone too long. So that's a big maybe. I'll do it, and then if I do this, I'll try it. And if I don't like it, I'll redo it. The smaller roses, I painted 3 different ways before I settled on that. I'd like to thank you all for joining me today, and I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. Bye-bye, everybody. Take good care.